Barbie, and if y'all have been around here, you know that I love thrifting, but I have never been to an estate sale, which is like, I feel like every thrifter just like raves about estate sales. So I did not even know how to find them. So I will share with you how I found them. And then I'll also take you to some yard sales, which happened to be in the area, and they were some great finds there. The way that I found this estate sale was actually at estatesale.net. So you just put in your location and it shows you all of the upcoming ones in your area. And you want to do this on Wednesday because a lot of them will start on Thursday and they'll actually give the address on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, it'll be full price. Friday, it'll be maybe a little bit discount. And then Saturday is when it's like very discounted, 50 to 75% off. So that is when we went because I wanted to make sure that we could get the best deals. They also post a ton of pictures on the website, so you can really scroll through and see, oh, do I need to go on Thursday to get that one item that I like gotta have, or can I wait until Saturday? So I waited until Saturday because there wasn't anything that was just like had to have it. But come along and let's see what we can find.
Right off the bat, I found this entryway table and I really liked how the legs were detailed, but they went straight down. And yes, it's a little beat up, but I think that it could be brought back to life with a good sand or even painted black. Now I'm showing you all prices, but keep in mind that each of these prices were 50% off. I thought this vase looked like something you might see at Anthropology, and I really liked the simplicity of this clock. Some people have great success with linens at estate sales, but it was pretty picked over here. I was looking for some tablecloths, but didn't find anything that I liked. They did have some beautiful pieces of furniture in this home, and because it was 50% off, these things were really cheap. My mother-in-law did end up getting this cute little side table and plans to refurbish it. So if she lets me, I will show you all a picture of it in a few weeks or months when she gets around to it. We could not figure out what this thing is. If you all know, I would love to know what it is. It had a bunch of keys and then different names and dates, or at least a number. I'm not sure if it was a date. And I'm talking so many keys. So if you know, let me know in the comments below. So this was her happy birthday set of china, and she had so many different sets of them, and it kind of dawned on me that people probably had just so many different sets of china for different occasions. We go to Party City and get paper plates for different occasions, and they would just have different sets of china, so I thought that was really cool. I really liked the simple lines of this mirror, and it was a really good size for probably like an entryway. And while I think that the frame itself could have been refurbished, the mirror was very, very hazy. And even when I started kind of cleaning it with my finger, I couldn't see through it. Y'all, I am so sorry for the quality of these clips. They are very shaky, I know, and I hope I'm not making you guys too dizzy. I'm so sorry. There was just a lot of people in this house, and I was trying to be sneaky. If I didn't already have a bunch of gold Christmas balls, I would have gotten these. Every time I see old family photos like this, I'm reminded that I need to ask my grandparents to give me some of their photos from when they were young. I just think that would be super cool to have in our home. I thought this could be used as an umbrella stand, but I am not brave enough to have something like this in a home with two boys. So now on to the first garage sale after the estate sale, and she had a lot of beautiful items and also had a kind of funny and kind of sad story, which I will tell you about in just a bit. This tray got my DIY wheels turning. Stay tuned to see if I brought her home. I was interested in this basket purely for storing Legos, but I ended up not getting it, and I don't know if I made the right decision. I think that it would be very practical, but I'm also just nervous that he would try to stand on top of it. So there's that. A few years ago, I made some very simple pumpkins out of some scrap fabric that I had, and so I was on the hunt for some more fabric to add to my collection of pumpkins. If it wasn't so hot, I probably could have flipped through this book for much longer. I was just so enjoying seeing all of these pictures and getting inspired by the eclectic decor styles. So So these last few clips are from the last garage sale that we went to, and I actually saw these from the road and got my hopes up, but they were super beat up and water damaged. These pillowcases were a Eurosham size, which I feel like are pretty hard to find, and they seemed like a really good quality. It would be cool in a farmhouse style. You really just never know what you're going to find at yard sales. You can find a lot of old antique treasures and then a lot of really practical items, especially for children. We use these same IKEA spice racks in Gideon's room as a very low book display area, and they've worked really, really well. This giant canvas also had my DIY wheels turning, but it was pretty beat up and pretty poorly made as well.
Unfortunately, we did not find anything at the estate sale.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. My mother-in-law did find 2 pieces, and I will show you those once she refurbishes them.
But we did find a lot of things at this one garage sale. Okay, so I'll start with my kind of questionable item. So I got this tray. I do not intend to leave it in this state. Nothing against grapes and wine. So do stay tuned because I will be making over this one, flipping this. I just have been wanting to find more trays because they're very expensive in new stores, but they are just so versatile. I want to use this one, I think, in our master bedroom, which I am just gathering things for slowly. It's going to be a transformation video coming soon. This one I thought had a lot of potential to either paint or cover in some sort of like linen is my thinking, and it matched a lot of the ones that I've been looking at online. This one was only $2.50. Before I show you my other thrift flip idea item, I want to show you guys this one. It's heavy, but I found this vessel. I intend to use it for a plant. It has, I don't know why, but candle wax inside of it. I don't know how they would have had a candle inside of this, but I really loved how aged it was. I've been seeing a ton of like aged and stone things. And for our master bedroom, I want to try to put as many like natural like woods and stone elements and like fabric, like linens, to just create that calming effect in our bedroom. I feel like I don't really hang out in our bedroom unless like we're going to sleep, but when the boys are napping, like I would love to just hang out in there, have a different place to be instead of always being like in our living room, which is where like the kids play all the time. That's just something I'm trying to work on right now, is making each room feel really relaxing and really like I can live in it and be in it, hang out in it, so that I'm not just like always in the living room or the kitchen, because I feel like that's where I always am all day. I'm home a lot and I want to make sure that I don't get tired of being home. It does say where it's from. It says it's from Big Lots, which I was surprised by. I've never been to a Big Lots, but I know that they're like not that high quality or anything, but this thing is heavy. It looks like something out of Pottery Barn, honestly. So, and it says that it was only $7.99. Look at that. So this person knew a good deal. Got it for $2.50. And the sweet thing about this lady, she was in interior design school, but then they discontinued her program, she said. So we got to chatting a little bit, and she actually had a lot of interior design books. I thought that these were really cool. I've talked about it before on here that I do not like having books in our home unless they're actually useful, or like I would actually want to open them. And I know that's like an unpopular opinion. A lot of people just like pile books into their home as decor and just to have around. Maybe it's just I am burnt out from undergrad and grad school. I don't want any books unless they're useful. So this one was called Vacation Homes, the Perfect Weekend Hideaways. And I thought that it would make a cool coffee table book. Some of these pictures were just beautifully inspiring, and I loved how they were just a ton of different types of styles. Some design books I feel like are very like, okay, this is farmhouse, this is boho, but this one was like everything. This specifically like different places around the world. But unfortunately though, because I don't intend to keep this cover on it, I do intend to use it as decor. The inside is not that pretty. It's like a paper, it's not like a linen or anything. I have a DIY coming up on this one as well. This one is kind of similar, but it is great renovations and restorations. A new life for older homes. I'm obsessed with older homes. We do not live in an older home. I love looking at old homes, but I don't know if I'll ever live in an old home just because I know it is a lot of work, but I love the idea. And I think that if we had the resources to, you know, fix it up really nicely, and then of course take care of all of the things that go wrong. Really like incorporating older elements, but then making sure that it still has like a modern twist to it. I don't know if that makes sense. That's why like I have this very modern couch here, but then I do like having, you'll see like my antique frames on the wall and those sorts of elements. So it's like a mixture of things. I don't know if that makes sense. I grabbed this book because I thought that it would just be really fun to look through. And the pictures are really beautiful in here as well. I love how they embrace different styles as well, just like the other book. And this one was really cool because it actually shows, it has like a chart of the different styles and their dates. Yeah, I could just look through these books like all day. I'll do some close-ups on these. Outside of this one is a little bit nicer than the blue one that's just like flat. This one does have a little bit of texture, but it's red. I'm like not a fan of red. So I'm gonna try to do a DIY on this one as well. So stay tuned because that will be an upcoming video along with this one after I figure out how to do that. Since I started YouTube, I feel like I'm on my phone a lot more than I would like to be. And I do all my editing, everything on my phone just because it's like super convenient and I'm not fancy enough to have a real camera and stuff. I love looking at like inspiration pictures, of course, like on Pinterest and such, but I don't want to do all of that on my phone, especially around Benjamin and Gideon. So I want to get more books like this that can be like real life Pinteresting is what I'll call it. Just having real books around so that I can be reading a book while my son is reading a book. We have a giant full-size tent set up in our living room right now as like a little book reading corner, which he has absolutely loved. And it's made us more intentional about actually reading books when we're home and spending that time after school like I talked about a few weeks ago. If you missed it, I did a day in the life vlog last week, which was very different than my normal content. So go ahead and check that one out. I share a lot of tips for homemaking and just more on our family if you would like to get to know us a little bit. See you all next week for a DIY video or maybe another thrift haul because I did go thrifting again. Make sure you're subscribed, like this video, and comment below which of these items were your favorite. We'll see you next week. Bye, friends.